Hello my beautiful friends, welcome back everyone. It's so good to have you in the studio. A pleasure. Thank you for joining. Finally I can share with you my two new books. As you can hear in my voice, my throat isn't still 100%, so I'm gonna make it short and sweet, the flip through. I've seen so many flip through of your books. Thank you so much for sharing them. So guys, check it out. There's lots of beautiful, amazing YouTube channels that I share on my community tab, so check it out. I'm sharing your projects, I'm sharing your video with flip through, beautiful techniques, so check it out. There's so many to discover, so many amazing creative people. For now I'm going to show you the two new books out of 4, because there's also Frosted Blooms and Frozen Meadow. 3 books in the winter theme, and some of you have been wondering, not spring it? And I thought, no, not at all. We really do need a complementary book for these 2 winter books. Winter Stories, Gnomes in Winter Wonderland. Gorgeous, appreciated book by you, one and another. You loved it, used it tons of times. But I just felt something. I felt that I'm missing a choice of flowers. So this is where the book with flowers came handy. That I'm going to share probably in the next video. And then also backgrounds for the flowers. That would be amazing to mix and match. And then Janine, my beautiful friend from Hobby Visions, she said, Marta, we need some fences. And this is where the winter edition Bits and Bobs idea came, because she mentioned fences. I need fences and birds. That was her suggestion, and I thought she's so right. We are missing those. And I figured, okay, if we need fences, then we need some stones, and maybe we need some flowers, and maybe we need something else. And I think it's such a gorgeous book. So let's see it. And just to give you a little bit of information of the moss stories, why moss, not actually spring. I think that moss is something in between winter and spring. It's like being still in the winter kind of vibe, but not being winter and not being spring yet. It's like a little bit of autumn nearly. It's just such a beautiful addition to the collection. It's such a different new way of saying the collage making and the storytelling, that I just felt I'm not ready for spring, guys, but I'm ready for woodland feel. I'm ready for all about greenery, all about beautiful magical world that I miss every day. I'm gonna leave this baby for later. I truly love this book. I love all of my books, but Moss Stories probably became my top 1 book, even though I didn't see it yet in the book version. I didn't cut it yet, but when I was making it, I was like, holy smokes, this is like something out of this world. I felt that this is going to be a go-to book for me for sure. But that's for later. Let's move on to winter edition first. Oh, and a big change. Maybe some of you never noticed, but there's an edition of word Maremi. If you look at the older books, the previous books, there is title without Maremi. The addition for that happened because a lot of you have been purchasing books that aren't mine, and for some reason, for different reasons, you've been mixing it up and thinking you're buying my book and then having a disappointment. So honestly, it was my dad who suggested, why don't you put Maremi there? And I'm like, I don't know, Dad. I don't know. He goes, is this not common sense? And he said it to me weeks and months ago. And I was like, no, Dad, I just don't feel like I want to add it. I don't have room for my name there on the cover. And he goes, this makes no sense, Marta. And I left it at that. That was like probably 8 books ago. And now with the new year, I thought, he's right. So many people have bought not my books, and they do ask about which is which. And I thought I have to make this just easier to understand, to see, to get the idea. Plus, I think, honestly, now that I look at it, I love it so much. I think it's a beautiful addition, and it should be there from the beginning. I just somehow missed it. I think I was too scared to put my name there. I just felt that I don't know, I just wasn't confident to have my name like this huge back then when I was coming up with the books. I just felt it isn't my place to do. I just felt that being kind of like anonymous in a way, because there was not even Maremi by Marta Lapkowska. There was back then just Maremi Small Art. If you look at all the books, how they were changing all these years, all these years, what I'm talking about, all these months, it's not even a year. But yes, at the beginning there was only Maremi Smolar, then I've added by Maremi, by Marta Lapkowska, which it was suggested by Lucas. He said to you, Marta, as well. A lot of people know you by this, if you want to be found and not being mixed up with anyone. So all the evolution happens. Excuse me, excuse me, as you can hear, I need a sip of coffee. As you can hear, it's been weeks now and my throat is still not back. Please apologize, excuse me, and I apologize you for that. I will try to make it fast and sweet, but you know me, like, it's so difficult to not speak much a lot. That's who I am. We are 6 minutes into a video and I didn't even open the book yet, but I just think it's so important. I love sharing my thinking, my behind the scene, the stories that are there. The last weeks have been intense, crazy, busy for different personal reasons as well. Which I hope that everything will settle at some point. But yes, some of the things, it was one of the things that was like in the back of, it was changing the name, and I think it looks so fantastic. I'm so proud of it. I love it. But it, like, can you imagine that I was afraid to put my name out there? Like, thinking now, I think maybe I never believed this strongly in this success and the love for the books. And I just, being anonymous in a way and having just the name like this, you know, Illustratoni, like this felt anonymous. And I just felt secure in that sense, because I'm really insecure person a lot of times, depending what we're talking about and when and how and all. So I guess, yeah, I'm so happy the time came. I wonder how many of you recognized the change, saw the change, because I don't think it's also changed that it's so huge in a way that some of you may missed it, because it's not, it's like, I think it's blending perfectly, that change. So I'm super happy. But anyway, let's see the gorgeous, beautiful covers. I'm always loving the part where I make covers. I take great pride of them as well. I love it. And this one is so cute as well, so gorgeous. I love the colors. Okay, let's move in, let's open it. My beautiful first page, absolutely gorgeous. And I love using the first page and the hello page still to have the background idea, so we can still use it. Then on the next page, this is the whole collection, guys, so far. 24 books. Frosted Blooms, Frozen Meadow. These are the 2 books that are, well, all of them are available right now. I'm still waiting for these to arrive to my home, which is today probably. So hopefully, but these 4 are the latest release, and I love how pastel they look compared to others. I think, isn't it, especially these 2. I think you will absolutely love the meadows backgrounds and the blooms. I think it's going to be a go-to book this year, next year, year after, and that's how I look at it, like an encyclopedia, that it will be for you no matter what year. It's not going to be outdated. I hope, that's what I hope. A little bit of copyright information and a gorgeous fairy sleeping, and the birds. And this is what Janine said: we need birds, and we need fences. And also my other friend Magdalena from Crafted from Norway, she have suggested to me small elements. She said, Marta, I wish to tuckle in somewhere the little flower or something. Can you make some small flowers? So in the book, in the Frosted Blooms as well, there's a lot of tiny elements as well. Same for the birds. The books are changing, and I'm focusing on listening to what you need, and I think it's fantastic. So we have a lot of large elements, a huge mix. So even if you're not going to use it straight away, all these birds, because a lot of them are similar, of course, they're just different size and stuff, but you have your encyclopedia to be used the next time for the next project. If you be like, oh, I'm missing something, I wish to add maybe a tiny bird, there you go, jump into bits and bobs, and you have a huge choice, huge selection. Moving forward, making short and sweet, we of course needed some winter mushrooms with the snow. I love how the snow looks here. I'm so proud of it. It is just so absolutely gorgeous. I love the colors. The colors actually for this winter book are a little extra addition to the colors that we had in the previous books, and I think it's a wonderful because it will mix up. It's not going to be exactly the same, because I really wanted to for you to have a bigger choice in the palette. So this is more into pinks and purples and creams and of course different elements. Some of you may be wondering, Marta, you repeat things? No, they're not repeated. Each book is unique in its own way and focus on different things. Lots of fences. So this is Janine's request. I said, there you go. Even more fences, some backgrounds. We do have I did have these similar backgrounds in the other books, but I also tried to feel for those who didn't get the gnomes, for example, to have the gnomey house, or they never got the winter stories, but they have the gnomes book, so they have the little house. So I'm trying to think for those, like, well, if you have all the books, then you are extremely lucky, like I am. I have all the books, of course, so you have the hugest, biggest ever possible selection to choose from. But if you're missing some of the books, don't worry if you can't afford all of them, and I wouldn't expect anyone to do so. So you have some elements that are, they're not the same, they're not copied, they're different, usually size and all, but it's like a connection. There is a connection, and always should be a connection for the other books, which I think the most important is for me to have the connection. So when you have one book, another and another, they all complement each other. They all like blend in with each other. They like hand in hand, happy campers going together. We have some winter animals. Yet again, I focus on ATC size. A lot of you are loving ATCs, making ATCs, so I'm listening. So we have ATCs sizes as well of the gorgeous mices and deers and bunnies. A little card making size of backgrounds, which is fantastic. More mushrooms of different sizes. More fences as well, but we've got some trees and different shapes. You really can cut it in half smaller. You really can make it yourself. You can do bookmark. Like, there are different, I think, options given in the book like that. Different colors as well. Of course, we had to have some fairies, and I feel they are a bit different to the other books, because I also wish to feel that if you do have all the books, I wish you to feel that you don't feel that this is a repetitive story. So no, it is a very different in liking and theme and ways and everything, a book. Little buildings, of course, all in the winter sceneries, more tiny fences with some birds and stones. Plenty to choose from. We have some globes, of course. There had to be a globe, because again, maybe you don't have none of the books and you wish to have a globe. I will be making more videos. Then let me know. That would be so important. If you have the books, did you feel that I don't know how to use them? I really don't feel like it. I don't know how to use it. Just show me. So please, if you feel that, leave me a comment. Let's have lots of chats in the comment. I wish to hear your feedback. Your feedback means so much to me. It's the most important. This is where I'm learning and changing the books for you. So we have the globes, which I think are phenomenal. I love them. I could have used, like, I wish to have them in all the books. I only made one project so far. Let me show you quickly. It was the Christmassy card, the jumbo card, and it was with these globes from the Christmassy book. I think it's so cute, and honestly, it's something I totally love and enjoy. But again, we're all different. But if you would like me to make more projects with the globes, just leave in the comment. Let's do that, and let's like each other comments, so that helps as well. Of course, we have stars. Plenty to choose from, because if you think about it, we need page fillers, we need things that hang. It's just how I think we all need to fill in our pages. Some more buildings, yet again very different. They have balconies, we have some stony fences. It's a gorgeous little background straight away there. It could be an element. You can fussy cut it better, but you can just rip it apart and have a gorgeous background just like that to start your mini page or whichever. So these are the options where you can have the background, because we have some beautiful colors added, or you can just fussy cut it and have this. Imagine, add a little mice on top or something. Like, it's just so much that you could envision. You could completely have it, leave only that part, and still have the beautiful little piece for the ATC, or just this part. you know, don't think for only what you see, this is what it is. No, think outside the box, guys. I always say that, think outside the box. Different kind of colors, because there is a teal coming, which I love. We've got some flowers, why not? Because if you don't, this is my book and the postman. And because if you don't have the flower book, you have some flowers here, and there is going to be more because there is Hajj agenda. There is, so we have some fluffy wintry flowers, which are beautiful addition to the pages. Now I'm so proud of this page, and a lot of you loved this page. We have some signs. This is my friend Aida's idea. She said, well, you need some signs, Marta. I'm like, this is so cool. Where did you even think about it? How did you even think about it? So Aida, thank you so much, because this is a totally you. You know, I don't want to take credit when it's not my really idea. She gave me that idea, for example, and this was her, like, and I'm so proud of it. And every time I'll see it, I'll be like thinking of my beautiful friends. So it's gorgeous to have such a support in friends. So thank you. I'm sure you're watching it, so I love you. I'm sending you a huge hug, and you know that. And also, a tiny little, like, I'm so proud of this page because it's so cute, it's so different. You couldn't have, and I know that some people are making inches, is it inches they called, and centimeters or something, they make the, please help me out, hear me here. If there are projects tiny like that, let me know. But I think I heard someone is making tiny projects like this. Let me know. What's the name? Maybe we're gonna start a different project, different challenge or something. So let me know. But I so love it. You can use it on your little piece of little ATC or those inchy or whatever. Like, I don't know. You can even have it as the background fully as it is. Like, it's so. It's so possible. Now I love these beautiful. I'm not gonna take credit for that either. That was Aida's idea. She was mentioning these to me, and I love the darker background because you can see the glass with it, and I'm just loving it. And I hope you can feel the shine, the glass feel of that. It's just fantastic. Totally my vibe. Totally beautiful, wintry, frosty feel. Of course, we had to have windows and doors and trees, why not? And some different fairies with the smile. I know you've been asking, Marta, we need some more happy fairies. So here they are, happy, surprised and all. So we've got all those. We have a little couple as well, super cute, different shape, not shapes maybe, but different sizes. ATCs, tiny, and a big journal page. I'm excited to use that. I can't wait. I love this background. I think it's one of my most favorite backgrounds ever I made. Gorgeous. Windows, of course, why not? We need more of these. And Hajj agenda, it's in my garden, our garden, and it was Emily's idea. She said, I said to her, Emily, what can I add that it isn't there in that book, and she goes, why don't you do dry Hajj agenda that you'd never cut from your garden? I was like, you genius, girl. You genius. Genius. You really are. And that was her idea. And I thought, oh, this is so gorgeous and so matching everything. And then you have a second page. They are not the same. Actually, you may feel they're the same, but I changed the sizes. I changed the colors. So you have a huge choice. You can mix them both. So actually, this is smaller. If you cut it, this is smaller than this one. Same, like, you see, it feels it's the same, but it isn't. I try to make it a little bit different, not by the whole lot, guys. Let's not go crazy, but I changed it a little bit. I love the color. I love the pastel feel to it. Totally my vibe. And like, I mean, even if you bad at fussy cutting, I'm not that great either. Even if you just cut that and tuckle in somewhere this crowny thing, it's just so gorgeous. We've got some more buildings, of course. Loving them, loving the colors. Few words added, why not? I think buildings are just something I totally adore. Now we have just a regular looking mushroom, very woodlandy feel, and I love that because I think what's important for me in this book is the variety. So you have a little bit of everything, that when it comes to looking for elements to fill your page, you'd be like, this is it, this is totally what I need, and you will find something. And that's the most important part for me. Jars of all sizes and shapes, not shapes maybe, but sizes. Jars is a jar. But we've got the hanging one, we've got pictures, we've got the like you've got it all, and a beautiful filler for your pages, or you can cut it off and have it next to your fairy. If you don't know, she could hold one of the jars. So that's why the choice is huge in it, just to have it. Now, very similar backgrounds in a smaller scale, which I totally love. I think I'm such a fan of it. Also, we've got some mountains, why not? Beautiful window, and another maybe nearly closer to Christmassy, but it isn't, let's say it is wintry, but I thought a little bit of a night sky with the addition of stars. However, the stars a lot of times feel very Christmassy. And we've got this beautiful churchy scenery. I love that. Just a tiny little background added, why not? And more mushrooms. Super pretty pink mushrooms, why not? Pink and snow feels just right. Then I'm so proud of this page. I think what I love about this page, first of all, is the color. Like it's so like so not mushroomy, let's put it this way. The teal mushrooms, like who saw that? Pink, teal and all. I love it. I love the length of them. I love how tall they are. I love how quirkiness. I love the quirkiness of it. It's like even when I was making a cover, I added the mushroom here and it just looks so weirdly beautiful. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I just think such a page fillers are totally go-to. We do need them, and more, honestly, more different colors, shapes, because I wish you to have the choice. So whenever things happens, you be like, okay, I need bigger, this is something different shade, here it is. You have a large selection right now of mushrooms that can be tucked in behind, before, in front, next to it. Just it's there for you. We had to have some animals, come on. All of these are more like 80C size, perfect. I just felt that he owns the page, he should be bigger. I think it's like, what am I doing here sort of attitude, and I just think it's so cute, so why not to have him in that kind of size. I love the idea of having more backgroundy elements for the sky, so having clouds in this book, I think it's a just what's the word? I wanted to say top notch, then I wanted to say a goal, but I wanted to say something else. It's the, not the winner, it's the, yeah, you know, it's just something we totally need, and we need it. Like, no, honestly, we do need it. I'm pretty sure you can add it up. Imagine add it up this somewhere there. It's just perfect. Look, it's gorgeous. It's made the way to look gorgeous together. Love the buildings, of course. Kind of traditional, like street building, which this one is more cottagey in the field, not in the field, but maybe in the woodland or something, in the middle of nowhere, like in Ireland, literally. It's like a house from Ireland. And then those windows, I just love the rawness, New English, rawness of it. I love the dirt, I love the imperfectionism on it. I love that all. I love the size and choice. You love the animals, so I just added for your wish a few sleepy animals. Again, they are different than the animals from, for example, where is that? Oh, it's actually here. From the Bits and Bobs, because Bits and Bobs, another Bits and Bobs, but it's a different book. This one is winter edition, this one is Christmas edition. You love the Bits and Bobs, and I think fair to you, because it is a wonderful book. But just to show the animals, like we've got some sleepy animals, but of course it's very different. In the Christmassy way. We have some animals in the winter way, yet again very different, because these are sleepy and all. And if I go, I think they're Christmassy again, more Christmassy again, because it's a Christmassy book. So of course, and regular animals. There was more dogs and cats, because you've been asking, but I just felt that we need a little bit of differentiation. So we've got them sleepy, and then them in the hats, like so cute, too cute to spook, as the Halloween said book, but I just love it. And we have some sleepy fairy dwarfy thingies. Now this page, I love it. I love the movement that is happening here. I love the choice. A huge one. She's sitting, she's, I don't know, dancing. This one is blowing the snow. This one is like, I'm so happy, and you know, the attitude is there in the fairies, and I love it. So I love to have fairies in the Bits and Bobs as well. So it's not only elements for the page, but actually fairies itself. If you actually don't have the fairies, so technically, if you think about it, if you don't own any of these books, if you don't own any of these, that's fine. but you wish for some winter, then you'll be very much so sorted with these. Everything that you have here, because you've got backgrounds, less of course, but you do have backgrounds. You have images as in focal points, you've got elements to fill in, you've got the fairy to fill in, you've got the words, you've got larger backgrounds, you've got everything in the bits and bobs. It's a mix of all, so it's not more anything. There isn't more of anything. It's like a good, I think it's like a fair mix-up, but I think it's great to have the fairies as well in it. Some more of the hanging elements. I will show you as well how to use them, because I heard some words saying how I'm gonna use it, what is it, and I'm thinking, like, seriously, this is so needed, and I hope to show you when and how we can use that. More beautiful buildings, each of them are different. These are more balcony, and I love the 80C size as well. And more elements, fences, stones, rocks, mushrooms, bird, like a good mix for small images especially. We've got some signs, this time empty ones, so we can stamp on it, you can write on it, you can leave it as it is, you can stick sticker on it, different sizes, so the choice is huge, guys, in this one. Some nighttime as well, which is so pretty. Little sceneries for ATCs, and also more fairies. And I haven't actually had mixed raised fairies in with the beautiful shade on the skin and I felt it on the winter stories, and I felt that I really wanted to include it, and somehow I missed it. I had some in the Gnomie, because the Gnomies, they do have let me quickly, we have the fair skin Gnomies, girls, and maybe even more. I probably caught it, but it's just I felt that the winter story didn't have any. I don't see here. Oh no, there is one. The winter stories didn't have any, so I felt no, Marta, we are including it. So I made sure to remember it. So we have two of these absolutely gorgeous fairies. More of words, more of I love the colors here, the wintry vibe. I love the windows, doors. The choice is huge, like seriously, you spoiled for choice. Some more wintry, not nighttime, but it's the twinkling, and I love the twinkling feel and vibe. Windows, you love windows, I love windows, we all need more windows in our life. And some more fairies as well. This one is one of the most often used. I've seen this one being used, and look, we have three, but the fair skin, I hope I'm not saying it wrongly, because I wouldn't like anyone to feel that I somehow say things. I am but I love these, and I'm so happy to include it and be inclusive in the book, because I know some of you have been asking to make the separate book for the dark skin fairies or something. And I was like, this is making it exclusive, making it only dark skin. So I actually feel I wish to have it mixed. I think it's only beautiful this way. So it's inclusive, not excluding to separate books. So that's not going to happen. I will not be making separate books, because I think this is the exclusion. Not including it's because I forgot in the previous books, or I never thought about it. It was just my sort of, I never cop on with it. It's just sometimes you just can't know everything, but I do learn and I do listen, and I love you guys, and I wish you to feel that you're part of every book. So here they are. I think they are stunning. This one was so used a lot. And back to this page with the fairies, this one was used, and the first one, I don't know where she is. My camera stopped working, the battery was off, so I used the moment to recharge a little bit, and I went to see the two books. I was right, the postman brought them. Absolutely gorgeous. We're gonna watch it together on the next video, I think. So just in case you were wondering, this is the 3 edition of the winter books collection for these two. So we've got like 5, but I think it's such a wonderful addition, these 3 to this one. It's like a beautiful collection. I have some other idea for next year to add something else to it, but I forgot, guys, I completely forgot, because 1 second, where is it? I'm so wrong in saying it, because there's, of course, why did I forget? Whispers of Winter, which is the backgrounds, excuse me, backgrounds only, which is gorgeous book as well, a very different style. So everything, so basically you've got 2 kind of stories. You've got winter stories, and you've got gnomes, which is like a stories as well, but it's called different. It's Gnomes in Winter Wonderland, but it's 2 full-on stories. Then you have the backgrounds in case you're missing and you wish to have more, because it's not that many backgrounds in here. You've got the backgrounds only. Then you've got elements to add, all sorts of things. And then you've got more flowers, because I think flowers is just such a, it's something I need in my life. Like, how can I explain it? I just think it's so needed. Look at it. It's just amazing. Look, I love it so much. And then we've got the backgrounds, because since we have the winter backgrounds, and I know how many of you loved it, why not to have just the flowery backgrounds, which are amazing. And these 2 are actually together hugely inspired, because some of the images elements are from these backgrounds, so actually they technically work and inspire each other very much so. But let's move on. These are going to be the next video, or next 2 videos. I don't know when, because as you can see, yet again, I'm very late and all of you have seen the books, which is great. And I honestly don't mind that anymore. I really don't. I'm so happy that the excitement you have and you're watching the videos of other people as well. So please check my community tab. If you're making videos, possibly I already shared your video on my community tab on YouTube, because I wish your channel to grow. I wish to share your YouTube channels, guys. I wish for more people to hear about you, and I wish you to get more subscribers and faithful fans that will just love your projects. And if there is something you created with the books, or you showed the books, excuse me, I'm first to show this to my beautiful audience here that watch my videos. I'm not too sure where I finished. Honestly, I don't know. So I was showing this, but we're nearly at the end. So a suggestion from Inge was some months ago to have the side background, because guys, this is the side background. It isn't meant to be used. So just to be clear, but in case there is the background in a not so faded version, it's in the normal version. So here it is, and a gorgeous one. Then we've got the bonus page as always, and this is the connection to the moss stories, because we have the moss with the mushroom. We've got a little bit of a spring going on here as well, and I just love it. Basically, bonus pages, if you don't have all the books, you don't know what to get and you're not too sure, this is like a great source of inspiration. Not only that you won't have the same images in the book, they're not repeated ever, but they give you the idea how the flower book looks, how the butterfly book look, how the fairies in bloom book look, and how the moss stories look. That's how it is. We've got new addition this time. We have the challenge that we run here on my YouTube channel, and so many of you have been taking part, so I encourage you to do so. It's the it's the jumbo collage cards. It's Maremi jumbo cards. Use the hashtag, guys. Use the hashtag if you're making the video, if you post it on Instagram, anywhere, because I'm gonna find you. Everyone else will be able to find you. We can share our projects and also share it in the group, which is Cut and Collage Art Journaling with Maremi. It's our Facebook group. Join it, guys. There is free digipapers. A lot of times already we had some codes, so watch the space, join the group, and see, maybe there will be something going on, because we've got the digipapers as well, guys. I don't know if you noticed, but that's what we have now. Dum, da, da, dum. This book is actually making probably the biggest amount of projects right now on the group. Like, we're talking about the most gorgeous recent projects I've seen. It's the moss stories. I'm gobsmacked. Not only that, people are adding moss to the projects. People are adding moss pastes, sort of like fake moss or paint with the moss, or which are like, this is such a beautiful subject and theme that you are exploring with me. I personally think it's going to be my most favorite and most used book. I can tell, I can sense it. When I was making it, that's how it felt. I love the magical feel of it. I loved the whimsical feel to it. I loved the kind of mystery. I love the vibe of what's the word, like I don't know in English, mugwa. It's like when you have the early morning and you have this foggy feeling or something, and the mystical and a little bit of ugliness in it as well in some of the images, in the sense that it's more like, it's like a Tolkien, well, I would not dare to say it, but it's like some of the images are so raw in their feeling that it's so amazing, because you really feel it's a fantasy world, and that's how the Moss Stories is. Some of the people have mentioned that some images aren't as sharp as they could have, and I purposely have left them there because it isn't a typical book where you have as crisp images, but it's like this, I don't know, back in the day, it's like a memory faded effect that you can put things in the background. This book was planned to be done very differently, and I love how it came out. And when we had the chat on the group about it, like, I was gobsmacked with your responses, how you feel very much like me, that it's the most inspirational book as well, how it challenges you, how it shows you different way of looking at the fantasy, how you can really take yourself into fantasy world for a moment with this book. And I think this is how this book really works. It is very it's in our imaginary heads, in our world. I don't know, it's just really feel different. Even if you look at the animals, you're not even sure whether they are mice or hedgehog or whatever they are. It's like a very fantasy feel, and that's how I feel this. I'm excited to use this book. I ordered the moss pastes and things, and lots of moss colors, paints and things, so hopefully we will be using that. He was one of the kind of most controversial image. I don't know why, because I think he is the most beautiful in it. The fact he's on the cover says it all. I think his image, his attitude, his colors, his ugliness, his rawness, his rustiness, I just think he is like from different dimension, and I just think he deserved to be seen by the whole world. So that's how I feel about my images. I feel very attached to them all, honestly. I just feel very attached. The most often image is this fairy. Like, you've been using this fairy so much, and I'm so happy, so proud. But let's move on to this gorgeous book. Now, the startup, beautiful background, big huge window with the webs idea. Emily again, she was giving me that, and I'm so thankful. So thank you. First page that ever actually was created, it was this page. Sometimes the first page isn't sometimes when I make the book, the first page isn't the first that was created. In this case, it was literally this page that was first. I was like, I feel it, I can sense it. I even did things outside of my box, which I decided to still use this image even though I cut it purposely, because it just felt right. And I was like, I just love it. I don't mind it. I think it feels just, there's some kind of, I don't know, very magical vibe about it, and different to regular books with the flowers that I did. It feels different than other flower books. It feels different than even the frosted. I'll show you the frosted. You know, it's just a different, I hope you can tell, it is just a different vibe to the way images are done here. They're more a watercolor effect, more artistic. Oh, that's probably the best word to put it. These are much more artistic. It's very hard to show moss in general, but I just honestly think the feel for it, it gives us so much option. But what can I say, like, it's hard for probably in a sense when you have a vision. I had a vision for this book. It's how you put it into the paper for others to see it the way as you feel it. It's not always so easy for others to think the same. But seeing your projects, I think you actually overdid my expectations 100%, because I'm actually gobsmacked that you are able to blend in the backgrounds, you are able to build the story, you are able to really feel the emotions of the images and not being afraid. And I'm so privileged to be witnessing your journeys with the pages. So yeah, another chit chat Marta, come on. Move on. Beautiful flowery page. Then we've got our absolutely gorgeous images of animals. There was one voice saying about that this image isn't sharp, and I don't see it. I honestly don't understand it. For me, this image is totally sharp. I don't understand. There is a feel of watercolor effect in it, so if that's something that you may not enjoy, that's okay. But the image is completely as it's supposed to be. So I think maybe some people maybe not feel the same way, or they don't feel for the same, how can I explain? I don't even know how to explain, because for me this isn't even something to discuss about. It's like such an incredible image with the watercolor effect and all, that to say anything about it more, it's like nearly like, why? I can easily see that this particular deer could be in the background somewhere, like a backstory being told in the background, in the kind of what's the word, foggy feel, you know, that he's standing there somewhere witnessing, playing fairies. I don't know, it's just, I think we just have to, guys, use our imagination as well, and let our hands to really do the job, and let's just focus on telling the stories instead of just focusing as well per se of every single centimeter of something. Like, don't take away from the actual process of creating, which is the most important. It's actually not the images, it's not the books, it's you that it's important. It's you having fun time, it's you having a therapy. Like, these books, for me, like, it should be written actually art therapy. I nearly regret I didn't do it, because for the past months all I can see is that it's therapy for us all, no matter what age, no matter what we do in life, no matter how many books we own, how good skills we have or no skills, whether we do a card or we do a journal page or we do collage or we do just gluing images just like that and nothing else. It's all therapy and art therapy. So guys, focus on that. That's probably the best attitude to look at it. I think these are the most adorable animals. I love the moss into them all. The choice is there for you. Some images are repeating because they are so cute that I decided to repeat it and give you a choice of option of sizes. Now, I mean, seriously, she was used. I don't think she was used, surprisingly. I just think these are setting up the scene for the upcoming pages. A magical, mystical, very fantasy feel. They're much more watercolory. They are artistic. They're not supposed to have all these sharp images, because I never anticipated to have them, because it's much easier to blend in things than to add it up color for it. So guys, you can have a choice. You can fussy cut it directly, exactly, but probably you're better off by ripping and still implementing and adding your color. So guys, look at this as the artistic vision more than anything, and it isn't a typical Emphera book. I think we are level up here with this book, and possibly with the next books. I think what I love about it as well is that I think I'm giving a challenge with each book. Even my other beautiful friend, she texted me saying, I think this book could be challenging. And I'm like, even if it is, I think it's fantastic that we can challenge ourselves and have a little bit of, how can I go about that? How can I implement background like this? What can I do? And I think it's actually so beautiful to have the journey and to be able to tell the story and have a different approach to each image and each page. So anyway, the explanation, I hope it says it all. My personal view for this, I just love the actual possibility of the paint being added next to them. I think it's giving you this, that the difference between the background and fairy could be so much more easier added, actually, if you think about it. So I guess it really depends how you see and feel. Now, sometimes the print can be moved, so don't be surprised, guys. It isn't a mistake. The way I do it, to make sure that you're not going to have the image cut out, so that's not happening. But if you have the actual movement sometimes, which I can't even remember if that was made purposely or not, because the way as I feel it as well, I want to make sure that nothing is going to be lost in the process of mass production. So you have to be as well mindful of that. And even if you feel like, at the same time, cutting it a straight line would take away from the actual possibility of filling in that gap for the color. So you know, sometimes there is the answer, even though you think something is a mistake, it isn't really. This background also was one of the most often used, I think, leaving metal brighter for it to have the fairy here and the picture is done. It's probably one of the easiest way to do. You can elevate that and add some more, and I imagine adding some regular flowers. I think it's just sky's the limit, and some flowers to it from the book itself. It's just fantastic. We've got some more butterflies. Yet again, you've been saying, Marta, we need some more butterflies on the side especially, so here they are, side butterflies for you to use, large, small, everything, moss themed, of course. Beautiful card making size kind of backgrounds, but also small pages, why not? Beautiful flowers, not enough flowers, never too many flowers. I love the actual backgrounds of them flowers, because you can really, because sometimes I hear, how will I fussy cut that, Marta? How will I fussy cut that? This is why the sharpness is gone from the images as well, because I wish you to have the chance to actually add just the paint around it. You don't have to worry about the cutting per se. So this is where the art, like a painty feel for it, this comes very handy, and I hope you can sense that. I love this. I loved this flower so very much, and at this moment I think I need a sip of coffee. 1 second. My throat is probably have to restore before I'm gonna record. Before I'm gonna record the other two books, but I'm so excited to see them, especially that I have them now. Do you know what? The cover for this one was planned so differently, and I did the cover against my Emily, because my Emily is, I should say that in the next video, but let me finish actually what I started. My Emily is my copywriter, really. She does check all the books always. She's amazing. She is officially, like, you know, it's a work for her. And I'm so proud of it, because she checks for mistakes and everything. And the cover was planned different. And I just couldn't, I wasn't happy with that cover, but she said she doesn't like this cover. So I have to say it's probably the first time I actually went against Emily's sort of vision, and I did this cover, and I'm looking at it and I think it's just so phenomenal. And I'm so glad because they so look different, and I'm so proud of it. Anyway, back to our moss stories. I love this image so very much. It's very hard to fit many images, so I still decided to, even though we cut in the part, but you know, when we spoke about it and I taught you to not be afraid of having the parts only, that's perfectly fine, guys. Having parts, because you can still use it on the edges. So don't think that your images are broken. They are not. There really is always an answer. If you're not too sure, text me. And as well, I think one of the most important thing, I should have mentioned this at the beginning, please don't leave the bad reviews that you never received the book, because by giving a 1 star, that was yesterday, there was a comment on the Moss story, someone never received the book, so she gave 1 star. She doesn't, this lady maybe didn't have an idea that it's such a harm for the book, because she isn't really, that should not even be, that review shouldn't be even accepted, because it's not me, it's the Amazon that either never got, they did ship the book, but somehow the book maybe got lost in the transit. The thing is, I did get in touch with this lady because I was able to see her name, and I found her on Facebook, and she actually said she got the book, and I'm thinking, so you got the book but you didn't feel like changing the review, which is so upsetting, that the review count changes drastically when you have 1 star added to your beautiful 5-star review. So please be mindful of that before making a bad review. Like, if you don't like the book, I totally get it, and there was someone saying, oh, the book is not in my style, and I get it. I still think it will be, because if we start working with this book, you will see it, how different artistic and how much it can give this kind of theme, but we have to work with it. But I still totally respect that someone says, I'm not too sure I like that book, and that's okay. But saying I never got the book and give 1 star, please don't do it. Or if you feel that this is cut off, it isn't. And if your book is really mistaken, instead of like you have it happened that it was upside down or something, why would you leave the review that it's upside down? Text to Amazon to replace the book. Don't put the bad review on the book that it's a beautiful, gorgeous book, but the print 1 in 1,000 happens to be faulty, which is totally okay. It can happen, but don't review the book until you're happy with your book, because Amazon is a huge mass production company. Like, you can imagine, I'm not talking about my books, we're talking about thousands and thousands of books being printed and shipped worldwide. So of course, one in thousands, one in couple hundreds, there is going to be some 1 or 2 mistakes here and there, and you may be the unlucky one. But just ask for a replacement, ask for a new book, instead of, you know, judging the book and telling people about it, bad review, because it makes no sense. It's not a really valid review in that sense. So please, I encourage you to think about that. And also, do you know what, the Moss Stories has already so many reviews, but if you have the book and if you love it, please share your review. Please, even without adding words, you can just leave the stars. It means so much, because others can see it and they can either feel it or not feel it and say, oh wow, this book is loved, maybe it will be perfect for me. You can also add your words, you can add your projects, you can add your videos if you have a little flip throughs or something. I think that's enough. I think I don't speak about things enough regarding the either reviews or mistakes of the print or something. You know, you can always ask me, message me, email me, and there was some people asking me, messaging me, and I'm so grateful for it. But if you're not too sure, just or ask in the group. Someone did ask about it about the Moss Stories, about this particular deer, which yet again, I think I don't quite get it. I think it's a perfect image, so we may see things differently, and that's okay too. Now, seriously, these are like earth people, I should call them, probably not moss. Earth people, the raw, the dirty, the natural, the fantasy, the quirky, the ugly duckling. Like, I love him. Like, he's there as well. Where is he? Where is he? He's in one more page, in a larger scale. I just think he's so gorgeous. But again, we just don't like the same things. And it would be wrong if we would. Look at him. A redhead, like the Irish fairy. I think he's just phenomenal. Maybe hard to fussy cut his his hair. But I think he's such a dwarfy. He's such a pixie. He's such a, I don't know, just, he could be my first pick to use, actually. So we've got the fairies that are, I love them. I think I'm so proud of this page particular. For whatever reason, it just feels, maybe that's the first time that how I feel the fairies should look. If you think about fairies, if you think about my first book, I love it. But when I see the Moss Stories, I feel the fairies live in the woods. The fairies are not like a Tinkerbell Disney. Well, maybe they are, and they should be, actually. They are, but when I think fantasy, when I think movies, when I think about some magic, I think this is like, you know, your tooth fairy should be nearly like this, if you know what I mean. Maybe this is why I love this book so much, because the fairies are so real and earthy. Yes, he has the cardigan. Maybe he shouldn't, or she has a fluffy dress or whatever, like a ball dress, but it's just, you know, a mix of these, a real world and a fantasy. I don't know how you feel about it. I would love you to let me know, but I just think, like, look at his head, a head with the moth, like, seriously. I just think I'm so proud of this book, so proud, and I'll be like, and also this book is perfect for Animalia books, for the Mushroom books book. Hopefully something else is coming with this soon, but I just think it's phenomenal. The Moss Stories is something definitely that probably started something else in my head. But let's keep on moving, Marta, because it's meant to be short and sweet, and it isn't. I think the Moss Stories started some movement in my heart and in my arty soul, I think, hopefully. We've got as well some clouds, which, excuse me for my voice, honestly, clouds with the moss, of course. It's going to match, it's going to look gorgeous together. This was often used as well by you. Stunning background, stunning. If you ask me, stunning. Very easy to blend in. By the way, would you like a blend in video only to speak about blend, how to blend things? I've asked you many questions today. So you can leave few comments if your answer is to some of them. You don't have to have one comment. You can leave another and another comment and another answer to my questions. Do you think there is a need for the blending video? I wonder, the background, only like a technical video. I mean, seriously, she's so beautiful, all of them. But look at this one, holding the mirror or window. I mean, now some of the fairies unfortunately had to have the wings cut, either by my choice or by not my choice. But this is where that was Aida's idea. I'm gonna give her credit because she's my most beautiful, understandable supporter and idea, not fetcher, but like our brains really brainstorm beautifully together. And I think that's what's amazing, because we feel things the same and different at the same time. I said that I'm such a worry that people will be feeling that there is a wing gun, right? Or that these are maybe not, whatever. She said, why don't you make wings? And I'm like, you serious? Are you genius? And this is where the wings pages came handy, because especially that this page, there is a lot of cutouts, and I thought this is genius. So, but we'll get there. So there are wings, but also, do you know what I would love? I would love to actually cut this image for the journal page and challenge my art abilities or no abilities, and actually draw this this wing, try to recreate that. Wouldn't that be fabulous challenge? I'd say so. Now, I love the flowers. I honestly think if I could have any tattoo, years back I thought butterfly, but no, I think now it's the flower. I wish to have the flower here. I would love that. One of the flower, like, for me this is such a beautiful, it's like a poppy, but it isn't, and I think I love that kind of attitude about my images, that they aren't so very much what's the word, you're not too sure what you see. I think that's fantastic way to put it. They're not perfect either, you know, sometimes they have flaws, but it, like, let's cut out the perfectionism. It's like Instagram, people are sharing their real me, real stories. They're sharing the dirt, the dirty kitchen, how the real being mom feels when you having just like baggy clothes and you have food on the clothes because the baby was eating and you got dirty. So I think life, and thankfully world, changes to show the real bodies, to not show those extremely well done presented bodies and faces and hairstyles and all. But I seek myself, I don't know about you, but I do seek myself the truth. And I think my books as well, they're not perfect. You probably will find some mistakes that maybe I missed it or something could be done better. Some of you have seen this page and some of you have been like, wow, this is amazing. And I agree. I think these are amazing. I so love them. I think just wow. This is going to be used a lot, I'm pretty sure. Now, tulipy tulips, very weird, but I just love them so much. I love how imperfect they were. I just felt totally my vibe. I love the mossy feel. I love how many I fit in the page, and you can just cut it, and I love it. This also was used, like, these could be used as a haul, or you can use just parts of it. Fantastic, beautiful, gorgeousness. More birds. As you can see, the actual print went a bit too high. It should be much lower. This shouldn't be this close. But even if there is a tiny bit of this wing cut, I don't think nobody noticed it in the project, including myself. So don't worry about small things, guys. And also, every time when we toss the book, because it's not perfect, I feel we had this conversation with Lucas. I remember when some covers came bad, and I think for the gnomes came pinky, and we had this conversation that if people are really tossing the books away just because of a small flaw, like a little misprint or mistake or something, it's such a pity for the environment, So I always try to think that as well, and make the good decision kind of way. Birds. birds, birds, birds. And I know you've been asking for the bird book and for the words book, and in the meantime I'm adding you words and birds to every book nearly, but we do need them, and they are cute, they are pretty, flying and sitting, and I think it's fantastic addition. This also have been used quite a lot, and I'm not surprised. It is the phenomenal page. It's beautiful. It's just wow. I love it. Another page with the fairies where there are the wingies missing. That's okay, guys. Don't worry. We can fix it. We can try to make some ourselves. We can do something. I love the mushroomy. Yet again, we have some pinks, but much more rich, and I love the background being used there as well. I love the washy look of it. I love the pinkiness. I love it all. Now these are more mystical in different colors again, smaller, and they could be super perfect for our jumbo cards, backgrounds with the moss as well. This is probably one of my most favorite pages as well. It's just so pretty, so pretty. Love the colors, the softness, the everything. I love the everything about it. I know some of you love the butterflies. They are different again, and I tried to make sure we have them different, and they're different from the very first page as well. I think very different, more vintagey, more for like more for like the junk journaling. So here they are. This is such a pretty set of 2 pages. Gorgeous, beautiful, stunning, stunning, stunning. Love it. I'm so excited to use. Now he was used a lot of times, I've seen. That's why I also added that he was also used. I've added him in the smaller version because they are gorgeous for ATC, of course. My red hair favorite, and some girlies as well. I love this image as well. I thought I'm gonna fit it in however I can, like in the pattern or something, and you take whatever you feel from it, hopefully as much as possible. But because I love the image so much, I decided to add you the version without the stems and all, so you have a little bit of both, a mix, which I think it's just very unique and good. Now we also have the hanging mossy kind of thingy in the book, in every book, and I mean it, in every book there is image I would literally use. There is not a single image I would not use. Do you know? Does that make sense? So I think that's the thing. I only put what I would feel it's perfect and matchy. It's beautiful, worth it, and usable 100%. I hope that makes sense. This video is going to be very long, but I hope that's okay. Now, so as I have mentioned, we've got wings, wings, wings. So if you feel that the fairy is missing, not on this page, if you feel like some fairy is missing, have you got the wings? There you go. I've got you covered, especially for this one, for the ATC's one, which again, you can try to redo it yourself, which would be such an amazing challenge. And we should do that, I think. We've got a lovely selection of these, perfect for ATC's 3. Look at it. The choice is yours. More wings, of course. I love these so I love them all. I love them all. I just love them. Like I can't say the favorite. Now this is the most often page of the whole excuse me, of the whole book. This is the go-to page. This is the go-to background. This is my also most amazing favorite background I've ever created. So proud of it, so loving it. And it's again, it's really, I think it's I feel it's nearly level up in the way of seeing the fantasy. More flowers, beautiful, very difficult to fussy cut, but we're gonna try this with the mossy. We're gonna try either fussy cut it or just add it as it is. You know, some images are there because I don't know, maybe I don't know how to use it, but maybe you will know it. Maybe we're gonna get inspiration from it. Maybe someone else will have the better idea how to use it. So sometimes just because we don't, it doesn't mean that others will not be sure of how things are, you know. Animals again, never too many of bunnies and mice. Totally cute. That's another page being used. I love the webs, and that's Emily. My Emily was a web person. Now the beautiful little windows, the gorgeous addition, Woodland Stories. I love these words as well, sayings, more flowers, because they're just gorgeous, so of course I had to add them. I think they are phenomenal. More of these horizontal backgrounds. One is more into like a springy vibe, this one is more into wintry vibe, so you decide which vibe is yours. Sleeping fairies. Seriously, this is the most often used fairy, and I'm gonna have more fairies for you guys. We need sleeping fairies more. I think they're absolutely amazing. I agree. I'm not surprised why you used it. I was in love with this window. That's why I have it in 3 versions, because I think, wow, it could be such a perfect addition to ADC's. I know it's square, but you could still use it for ADC's beautiful background idea. So I figured I'll add 3. You can cut it smaller. Gorgeous. Some stones, like page fillers, perfect. Hanging things, fillers, perfect with the mossy and some greenery. More mushrooms. Not enough mushrooms. Not ever enough mushrooms for the woodland theme. We've got some birdies and some backgrounds. Beautiful. I don't know what can I say. I'm so proud of this page, of this book in total. And some words: moss whispers, velvet earth, ancient hush, hidden glow, evergreen magic. Like every patch of moss holds a forgotten story whispered softly by the forest. Where moss grows, magic lingers, silent stories waiting to be heard. I mean, it's all for you guys to be the fantasy here. Love the background so much. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And the bonus page, a little bit in the autumn thing, to be honest. I felt that it's like a woodlandy theme as well, in the autumn feel-ish a little bit. There we go. And also the challenge yet again, and the last page to speak about the YouTube and all. So there we go. Here they are. Wow, I have always so much to say. I hope I'm not boring you, because the video is very long, but it feels right to chat so much about it, so you can have the, you know, I guess have the heart and soul for it to understand how I operate. But yes, I can't wait to start using both of these books, to be honest. I think we needed them, and the funniest is that we never thought we need them in our life until we have them. So thank you so very much, my beautiful friends. Thank you so much for watching, for getting the books. Check your local stores, because there's a lot of stores in the Europe especially that are carrying our books, so check your local stores, support the small stores if you can. If you can't get them on Amazon worldwide, they are all available, so thank you so much. I'm excited to see your projects, share them in our group, and I think I'm gonna leave this till maybe the next day or two. And for now, I think I wish to actually edit this video and use this before recording this. That's what I may do, because it just feels that I'm just so excited for using the moss stories. It just feels so good. I love the woodland theme. From all of the themes, I think I use the woodland the most often, and fairies, so this is like a dream come true. And let me know your thoughts. I'm all ears. I can't wait to hear from you, and yes, have fun creating, and have a wonderful, beautiful week, and I'll chat this soon. I love you guys. Bye for now.